Welcome to Discussing Dad Life, also known as DDL. This is Null on Void, where we talk about various topics. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like our content.
Oh no, I'm down another $2. Stop looking at it.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, in Nevada. What the hell's that bitch wearing?
I don't know. He's giving us a signal.
Oh,
that we're
good to go?
recording.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little video playing. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the hell it was. It looked like she skinned fucking Chewbacca.
Tens of thousands trapped at Burning Man Festival. Okay, so
Yeah.
so you know more about this than I do.
Well, so everybody's talking about this Burning Man.
Yeah.
You've heard of it. I've heard of it. A lot of people have heard of it. The event apparently got rained out and it was like flash flooding or something like that, right?
Makes sense.
Okay. But then all of a sudden they barricaded everybody inside of the event and there was an Ebola outbreak. Started with one person. I don't know what the count's up to, if there's more or not. I haven't looked at it today yet. So, but yeah, I mean, people are like 70,000+ people.
Interesting. So we went ahead and pulled up this news article from NBC News.
Good old NBC.
Yeah. So I'll take this with a grain of salt. Whatever.
Absolutely.
Their framing, I guarantee, is going to be wrong. Or
I bet you they don't even mention the Ebola.
probably not. Okay, so Burning Man estimated 70,000+ attendees were isolated at the venue known as Black Rock City. I'll let you comment on that.
I mean, yeah, that's shady. I mean, if you're a conspiracy theorist,
Black Rock.
Black Rock. Hello.
As rain returned Sunday and closed roads, muddy campgrounds, and one reported death darkened the day. But the CEO of Burning Man Project, Marion Goodell, told NBC News interview Sunday there is no cause for panic. I wonder if that's any relation to Roger Goodell.
Ooh, that's a good connection. Good link right there.
I don't know.
I'll look into that later.
Yeah. just curious.
Yeah.
We are very pleased and surprised that there has been such a fuss over us, she said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course you'd be very pleased.
Well, that's bad PR, you know?
There's no such thing as bad PR.
Exactly.
Organizers under the nonprofit project planned an orderly exit Monday, which is the last day of the event, and have so far turned down help from the Nevada National Guard.
Wow, they're really spinning this. I'm sorry, I was reading the next line.
We've made it really clear that we do not see this as an evacuation situation, Goodell said. The water is drying up.
See, that's not...
Because they're still getting hit with rain.
Yeah. So how is it drying up?
Like, because all Nevada and us are getting hit. I mean,
yeah.
It's still moving through.
Yeah, dude.
It's supposed to rain until like Wednesday.
You're a damn liar, NBC.
Well, NBC isn't lying.
Or whoever's...
Goodell.
They're reporting it, though.
Well, they are reporting it, but they can't. They're not lying because she's the one who's saying it, right?
True. Okay. All right.
They're quoting her. I mean,
you got a loophole there, NBC.
So the crowd at the Countercultural Music and Arts Festival. Okay, so I'll stop right there.
Yeah,
this is not countercultural anymore.
No, it's like a normalcy.
You guys are cultural now.
Mm-hmm.
You are not countercultural anymore. So stop it.
Like he said, stop it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, this is bad framing, guys. You guys are not the counterculture anymore. You guys are part of the establishment.
Facts.
So stop it.
What's next?
So Musical and Arts Festival was first advised to shelter in place and conserve food and water on Friday.
Yeah, they were telling them to ration out their food. I remember them saying that. Like, how long are these people going to be locked down, dude?
I don't know.
I bet you, like we were talking about earlier, that this is just the beginning. Like, next thing you know, dude, they're going to start the whole mask mandates and everything are going to be back, dude. Guarantee it.
What I want to know is who gave the order to shelter in place. Because if it was the government, I'd just be like, yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Because the government basically is out to kill us at this point, I think.
I agree with you there.
So who gave that order?
Was it the people in the festival?
And was it an order? Was it a suggestion?
Right.
Right. You know, that makes huge differences.
Question everything.
So all inbound and outbound traffic was halted and remained so Sunday. Okay, so there was some authoritarianism applied where you can no longer freely do what you want to do in the land of the free.
Land of the free.
Good job. Good job, authoritarianism. And the shelter in place recommendation was still in place. Okay, so there it is. If it's gonna be a recommendation, how can you halt outbound traffic? So you see the framing issues that you guys have. I mean, it was recommended 2 weeks to stop the spread. Okay, cool. I'll go with that. And then all of a sudden, it's authoritarianism at its finest.
Lockdown.
Lockdown.
Did you lock down when they said that?
No, fuck them.
Good for you.
Screw that noise. I mean, we're in Idaho, bro. We're in Idaho. I do not think that any Idahoan's going to freaking follow that.
I was in Colorado when that happened. You would not believe all the people that were just, and I was in an apartment building and like nobody was leaving. It was weird. It looked, and I would leave. I would go, at the time I was drinking, so I'd go to the liquor store and there's like tumbleweeds on the road. It was like a zombie apocalypse movie or something. Dude. It was crazy.
I'm just surprised that the Democrats didn't pull out like the brown shirts, or I'm sorry, black shirts in that case. Well, no. Maoist China, like how they freaking like basically had the red suns or whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Screw that. Like they probably would have been like, oh, you know what? These people are causing violence. You're allowed to murder them. And I'm surprised.
Hire the Pinkertons.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see Democrats going around murdering people over this stuff because they wanted to complete control.
Well, there was some messed up situations across America when those lockdowns, like people were like,
oh yeah, starting fights and stuff like that
for no reason. Hey, you have your beliefs. I have my beliefs. That's the beautiful thing about this country.
Yep.
Like, you're allowed to have an opinion. Well,
no, you're not, because having your opinion is violence against me.
That's so stupid, dude. I hate that.
So your opinion, even though it's not violent, but because I view it as violent, I can reciprocate in whatever means necessary. Because you inflicted violence upon me.
That's a bunch
for
of bullshit,
just not
and
agreeing with me.
Anyways.
Yeah. So recommendation still in place the afternoon. Roads were essentially impassable, organizers said. Okay, so, if they were impassable, that makes sense as to why you would not be leaving.
It was impassable because they put a fence in front of it.
Yeah, like they did in Hawaii when they freaking barricaded all the cars back.
Yep.
Oh, live power lines. Can't go over those, guys, so you have to burn to death in your car. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. Families.
Those cops should be held for at
they're
least
calling for it, but I don't think anything's going to happen.
No. The freaking, so interestingly enough, I found out that the chief of police
Sheriff
or whatever, the guy that the head guy was involved in the Vegas shooting.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, ain't that some shady shit? I'm telling you, man. I mean, I might not be spot on exactly what's going on in Hawaii, but something's going on.
Yeah, right. So I mean, it's just once you start having these too many coincidences, it opens it up, and then especially when the fact that you don't address any of it and you're wanting to keep a media blackout, then it makes it even more
susceptible.
Yeah, susceptible to these theories, these conspiracy theories. And
that turn out to be right.
That's the sad part, right? So yeah, but yeah, it was very interesting digging in, learning more about the Maui stuff, like how the cops were ordered and instructed to barricade these people inside the inferno because of a down power line.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Because even if it's a down power line, you can still cross as long as you're going slow, right?
Yeah.
Because
you could get out of your car and walk, but they were saying that people weren't even allowed to do that.
No, right? Because the chance of anything happening on a down power line in that situation is a lot less than the chance of you burning to death in your car, right?
Yes.
So the simple fact that the cops actually went ahead and enforced that dumbass idea, I'm sorry, all those cops need to be charged with at least manslaughter.
Yeah, they need to be held accountable. I agree.
Sorry, off topic, random topic.
But it's not too much off topic because that's what they did here. They're doing the same thing.
Yeah,
they're holding people. I mean, technically against their will. If it was, what did they say, voluntarily? Mm-hmm. Then why are you?
You know what? I just thought of something. You just made me think of Uvalde. They did the same thing at Uvalde. Mm-hmm. The cops were preventing parents from going in to do it.
Get their kids.
And finally, the guy who ended up stopping was an off-duty Border Patrol agent who basically told the cops to fuck off and went in there, right?
Yeah. And then now he's being charged, isn't he?
I don't know.
Or he got let go or something like that? Oh, man. This country's all ass backwards right now.
I'm sorry, but when we no longer have... The cops' main job was to serve and protect, right? It wasn't the public, which means you need to not interfere with what's going to harm us. And if you are making us harm you, I'm sorry. You guys are responsible now. Your authoritarianism. You guys need to be held responsible, get thrown in prison. If anything were to happen to my kids and a cop was stopping me, I'm sorry that cop is getting punched in his fucking face.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I will deal
sue
with
me
that
later, bitch.
I will deal with that ramification. But if you are such a dumbass cop that you prevent me from protecting my kid because you don't have a backbone enough to fucking do it,
Woo.
you are
Preach
done.
on, Reverend.
Sorry, I'm going
No,
off
man.
topic. I'm going a little Goku on that one. Sorry. I'm just saying, like,
No, I get it.
Our society is shit right now, and
I
these
agree.
cops. I used to have a lot of respect for cops in some regards, and in other regards, because
I still have respect for the good cops that are doing what they
Exactly.
need to, but there's so many bad cops out there that they make the rest of them look like shit.
Exactly, and that I used to be like, okay, there used to be a few bad apples. Now it seems like they're all bad apples.
Yeah, there's a bushel.
Yeah. There's a bushel, fucking guy. So Saturday night, the party had seemed all but over as the organizers said their main focus was getting people out. Most festival operations have been halted or significantly delayed. The Pershing County Sheriff's Office said in a statement. Interesting. But even with more rain falling, organizers on Sunday said that the annual burning of the wooden man in Effigy, which usually takes place on the last Saturday night of the party, will most likely happen Sunday at 9:30 p.m. The reported death at the festival site is under investigation.
Oh, I like how they threw that in there.
Local authorities said Saturday it is not clear what caused the death at this time. President Joe Biden. So Biden's going to weigh in on this. I didn't know that.
God, I didn't know that either.
Was briefed on Burning Man on Sunday. A White House official said, "I wonder if he fell asleep."
Or tripped.
Well,
Tripped over some sandbags.
you saw him fall asleep when he was dealing with the stuff in Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, such a
That's a
disrespectful
piece of shit,
little
dude.
Asswipe. He has demeaned or denigrated that president's office so bad. He is such a bad president.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd get much worse than Bush, and then we got Obama, and I didn't think we'd get much worse than Obama, and now we
Keep
got Bush.
setting the standards, man.
I know it's sad, man. It just seems like we just continue freaking electing these stupid ass people. Administration.
Sorry.
And
Sorry.
And the funny thing is everyone's just like, "Oh, I didn't think we'd get much worse than Trump," right? Because we have such polarized views on what's good and bad.
Oh, yeah.
Because we no longer
Our
have
country's
a baseline of what's actually acceptable in our society.
No, our country's so divided right now.
Oh God, yeah. Administration officials are monitoring the situation, are in touch with the state and local authorities. The government or the officials said. But you know what? It's Burning Man, so I completely understand why. There's trying to get out because these guys are all authoritarian. More than likely, just based on the fact that the Burning Man is an establishment cultural figure now or event. More than likely, these guys are the people that went ahead and wore all the masks and started punching people in the face when you didn't wear a mask.
Yeah, because it's a cool thing to do now.
Yeah, because they're countercultural. I'm sorry, you guys are establishment. I'm going to go back to it. Fuck you. Heavy rain on Friday and Saturday flooded pathways and muddied the tents of the campers as roads in and out of the festival were impassable for most vehicles, and the week-long event's main gate was closed. Organizers on Sunday... You know what? So, sorry.
Go ahead.
Just speaking of this, so I was at the fair, right? We were doing the fair for my daughter. We were there Friday night. We got kind of rained out. We were leaving, and even just having the fair parking lot filled with cars like that, it was just nuts to see. So I can understand why people, because I mean it was slow going. I felt bad because I took out, I went down the wrong road and went around. I actually got out relatively fast. It took me about 8 minutes to get out of there.
That's not too bad.
But there was cars like that probably were waiting at least a half an hour to get out of that place. So I understand what they're trying to say. It's just it's interesting when you do have things like that. You should be part of whatever, but when you're being forced to stay in one location, that's the issue I have, right?
Yeah.
You close the gate on me. I'm sorry. I'm going to go around the gate.
I'm going to drive through that bitch.
Like, hey, you know what? This isn't safe for me or my family. You guys are trying to lock us in here. I'm gone. I got stuff to do. Like, peace.
I would have left.
So yeah.
Or been shot. Who knows?
No, they probably would have gunned you down.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah. The FBI probably would have. Did you hear about the FBI? We know about the guy down in Utah, right?
Yeah. Shot that old man.
Shot that old man that was making death threats or whatever against the president. Sure, whatever. He was doing it. The dude was like wheelchair bound or whatnot.
Yeah,
I guess he was very. There's no way he's going to act on it, right?
Yeah.
Like
He was just talking.
Like
What
the chance. He's voicing his frustration.
Yeah.
FBI goes in there, guns him down.
Flat out.
What-
They executed that man.
But I guess I haven't dug too much into this, but I guess there was another gunning down of a citizen as well that was disgruntled with the Biden administration
I didn't know
by
that.
the FBI like 2 weeks
Did
later.
you hear about the FBI that showed up at that old lady's house?
No, I'm not surprised though.
She was 95, and I guess she said something online. You know, they showed up at her house and confiscated all her computers, had a warrant, and she kept telling them to leave. Like, so under duress or whatever, they continued to do their job,
Yep.
and like they had. I mean, I guess they had technically legal right to be there or whatever, but yeah, dude, a 92-year-old.
Are you sure they had legal right? Because I mean, they
According to them, they did.
FBI lied to the FISA court in order to
I
spy
know.
on the Trump campaign.
That's why I said according to them.
According to them, they have legal right, but you know those bastards lie. I mean,
Like a mofo.
just especially the
I
Biden
feel sorry
DOJ.
for that old lady, man.
The Biden DOJ.
Oh, she
basically-
died. Oh, that's what happened. Sorry, she died the next day or something of heart complications.
Oh yeah, I would imagine. I mean,
all the
putting all that
stress and-
stress on
yeah.
there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Our FBI, and I shouldn't speak when I speak in generalities. Obviously, again,
Yeah.
there are exceptions to the rules. Not all FBI agents are bad, but as of right now, in general, the FBI agent is just the right hand of Joe Biden. And
Doing
he
his
is using everything he can do to basically attack anyone that does not agree with him because he's an authoritarian dictator who is hell bent on destroying this country.
Man, he's doing a damn good job of it.
Yes. Yeah. So sorry, off topic again. Organizers. Reason I got off on topic on that was I could totally see them shooting you.
Oh, damn.
Because right now I could see basically any authoritarian structure killing anyone that disagrees
Didn't
with
they
them.
do that in Nazi Germany though?
Oh, they did it in Nazi Germany. They did it in Maoist China. I mean, any authoritarian-led regime obviously gets rid of the dissidents.
Yeah.
And you are, by definition, a dissident if you are not wanting to
dude.
stay where they're telling you to stay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Boom.
You're probably going to have the FBI after you shortly because you expressed that you would not do what the authoritarian. So the FBI is going to come after you and they'll probably kill you. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, buddy. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah.
I'll find a replacement.
Yeah, that checks out. You would.
Organizers on Sunday said only 4-wheel drive vehicles equipped with off-road tires have been able to exit successfully. Oh, good thing I have one of those.
All right.
And passenger vehicles and other cars, trucks, and RVs have only made exit attempts worse by getting stuck and blocking others. Please do not drive at this time, organizers said Sunday on the festival's website. Yeah.
Nah.
DJ and producer
Diplo?
Diplo, whose real name
Diplo.
Diplo,
Diplo.
whose
What's
real
up,
name is
dog?
Thomas Wesley Pence Jr.
Huh.
Said he hitched a ride out of Black Rock City at the back of a pickup truck with the comedian Chris Rock on Saturday. Smart guys.
He
Good
said,
for
I'm
you.
out.
I'm out. I'm gone.
Good old Chris Rock. I didn't know he was still doing stuff.
Oh man, that guy's hilarious.
He is pretty funny. Especially when he got slapped.
Oh god. The 44-year-old musician documented his journey out of Black Rock City to Washington, D.C., where he says he had a concert on Saturday night. I legit walked the side of the road for hours with my thumb out because I have a show in D.C. tonight and didn't want to let y'all down, he captioned a post on his Instagram. Videos posted on his Instagram story showed Diplo walking... Diplo?
I don't know. I'm going with
Whatever.
Diplo.
Walking through mud before hitchhiking to Gerlach in Reno, he said, to make a flight to D.C. I just got done DJing for 3 hours after walking fucking for 4 hours out of the desert and taking a flight, mud still on my face, he said in a video posted on his Instagram story Saturday night. Yep, yeah.
What's up,
there you go.
Diplo?
Representatives for Diplo and Chris Rock did not immediately respond to requests for comments. So I do like how they went for like what's going on to what Biden says to what the cultural cultural leaders are saying. Right now we're at a lawyer Neil Katyal, who served as the federal government's top attorney as acting solicitor general, also said he hiked through mud to get out of Black Rock.
So what was he doing there?
Don't know.
Enjoying the show?
Probably.
Passing around Ebola?
Yeah. It was an incredibly harrowing 6-mile hike at midnight through heavy and slippery mud, but I got safely out of Burning Man. Caught y'all. An MSNBC legal analyst wrote on Twitter, never been but before, and it was fantastic with brilliant art and fabulous music, except the ending. Oh, God, stupid. He also posted some tips to other Black Rock City who are trying to escape.
Shady.
No one should try this unless you're in good shape and part of a group. So, you know what? You ever heard one of those questions where they're asking, like, you're on a plane and it goes down in like the Arctic Circle or whatnot, and all you have is like an airplane map and whatnot. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Right? So I remember being asked this as part of a group at a company I was working for, and what they were trying to do.
Those team building things?
Exactly, right? And the answer that they want you to give is you stay there until authority or until someone arrives. And I'm just like, okay, but for one,
you don't know how long that's going to be.
You don't know how long it's going to be. You don't have the means of provisionings to stay in one location like that. So what you're better off being trained and understanding land navigation and actually making it to shelter somewhere that's easier, right, to maintain. So it's very interesting that even companies like this was like a company I worked for 8 years ago. We're trying to explain that you can't take care of yourself. You have to wait for others to take care of you.
No.
And no. I'm sorry.
Self-sufficiency, buddy.
I have land navigation training. I understand how survival techniques work and everything like that. I can go ahead and I can try walking. And guess what? If I die, that's on me.
Yeah.
But if I sit there,
but don't
in
tell
one
me
spot,
what to do. Like, you shouldn't have the right. You know what I mean?
It is smart. That it is smart when you're lost or when you're down to try maintaining in a general area. However, if you are in a situation where it is going to be nights are getting so cold that you could freeze to death, I'm sorry, you need to go away from that and start looking for a better shelter.
Yeah.
Sorry to say it.
Oh yeah, don't dude. I agree with you.
So
I think everybody should learn some form of survival skills.
So I do like that he's saying no one should try this unless you're in good shape and part of a group. He warned it's quite hard and will get harder if and when more rain comes. So he's not wrong on that, because you should be in good shape in order to do that, right? That's going to be my downfall. Is right now I'm not in great shape. And part of a group. You should be part of a group so that way you
buddy
can
system
assist,
at least.
You know, if you have to navigate a ravine or something like that, you're having assistance. So yeah, there are treacherous places where it's worse than walking on ice. Interesting. Another festival attendee, 22-year-old Kevin Schultz, was scheduled to leave Burning Man Friday so he could make his friend's wedding in Houston, Texas. What was supposed to be a few hours on a bus turned into a 20-hour escape from the desert. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We ended up being sheltered on the bus. We know, pretty much like indefinitely as we wait for the ground and the area to dry out. As what was thought to be just a short downpour of rain turned into a prolonged storm, Schultz and others were forced to spend the night on the bus. There was no plan to get back to camp or to the city. Going back to Burning Man seemed like a bad idea, Schultz decided, as he considered ongoing issues with sanitation and resource scarcity. Interesting.
Well, I told you they were telling everybody to start rationing their food.
Yeah.
So that makes sense that he would say that.
Well, what I'm saying is issues with sanitation. So.
Oh yeah, that too.
Right. So this kind of gets into the big med or big pharmaceutical companies, right? So pharmaceutical companies have like a lot of these vaccines and whatnot, and they take credit for eliminating certain various viruses and things like that.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, I am a proponent of some vaccines. I think the medical industry has done a great job at advancing medical technologies as we come. But one thing that no one ever takes into account for is the fact that as these were continuing to get rolled out, our sanitation practices as humans continue to get better. Hand washing became more prevalent. Access to soaps and waters and clean water and everything actually became prevalent. The simple fact is you don't necessarily always need all these vaccines or all these medications in order to deal with things. You just need basic sanitation. So what I do find interesting is issues with sanitations, and you're saying like Ebola.
That's what I saw and read.
Right, but as sanitation backs up, human feces is really disgusting and dirty, right?
Yeah.
So
we're nasty creatures.
We are. So if we don't have the means to take care of ourselves in that regard, and we're letting backup feces and everything get next to us, we're going to have health issues.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying it's really interesting that there's a link for you right there.
Yeah,
He's actually
yeah.
talking about a sanitation issue.
What is Ebola caused by? I can't remember.
I don't remember. You want to look it up real quick?
Sure, why not?
What causes Ebola?
Human body.
Yeah.
In the human body.
What is the main cause of the human body? Ebola, also known as Ebola virus disease, and as a viral hemorrhagic. That's
Hemorrhagic?
no hemographic.
Hemorrhagic.
Means where you bleed uncontrollably.
Yeah.
Fever in humans and other primates caused by Ebola virus. Right. Symptoms typically start okay, but that doesn't tell us where it actually comes
What
from.
causes Ebola virus disease?
In Africa, people develop Ebola by handling infected animals found ill or dead.
So rotting bodies?
Yeah, but if bodily fluids, feces, or vomit from infected people, organs in infected people, contaminated surfaces.
So somebody
breast
could have
milk,
had
sexual
it
contact,
going to the show.
and then with the sanitation issues, it just spreads. Yeah,
That's okay. That makes sense.
right. I'm not agreeing with you that Ebola is present there. That's what you heard.
That's what I heard. Yeah, I don't. If you guys know somebody that's in Burning Man and you could give us a lead on this, we'll definitely research it more.
So he and 6 other people decided to take a risk, tie trash bags around their feet, and walk to town when they woke up Saturday morning. Interesting. Why would you tie trash bags to your feet?
I was thinking that same thing. To probably keep them dry.
Maybe, but I'm sorry, that provides no extra traction. Like, now you're just asking for slips and falls.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why I first thought, but it's like maybe they're trying to keep their shoes dry.
it's slippery, the most slippery thing ever. Where one moment it's like suction cupping your foot, and the next moment you're sliding all around. Well, no shit, you have a plastic bag on your foot.
Yeah.
It's super unpredictable, but we were able to find, like, walk along all the little dirt ridges and whatnot for a majority of the distance. Yeah, so this is just talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, on Sunday morning, I said roads were too wet and muddy. Yeah. I'm not going to continue reading this because it's just basically telling just different little stories. So,
Well, that's fun.
yeah. Like I said, I'm not too sure. I hope all of you guys get some dry spell in there, starts drying out.
I hope you guys make it home safe.
Yeah. Don't do anything stupid, but at the same time, don't rely on anyone else to take care of you. The authoritarian government no longer care about your well-being.
No.
They just care about whether or not you're complying with what they deem is necessary.
And if you guys are turning into zombies, I'm sorry.
Yeah. If you, just don't head north if you do. Head south. Remember, winter's coming, right? y'all better off going south.
Yeah. That's funny shit. You guys have a good one.
Hope you enjoyed the content. Please leave us a comment on anything you want to hear us discuss. Something you disagree with, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. Till then,
Peace.